Hi.
Hey. So we've got some more Sarah Jane today.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a big episode last one, wasn't it?
Ooh, it was. Yeah. A couple of familiar faces.
Yeah, the Trickster and Clyde.
I think there wasn't much else to it. So let's watch the next one.
Yeah, let's go.
There's an extraterrestrial supercomputer in the war.
That doesn't play its fanfare as much these days. Right. Let's see what else is gonna be.
No one really knows just when Asheville Manor was first built. There has always been evil.
We're about to see it.
They
Maybe.
say it was and that he was not human.
Oh. Is that a surprise?
Not on this show.
Oh no.
Haunted locations in the UK.
Recognise her
Mm.
from last couple of stories.
Yeah.
Erasmus Darkening is a name that does not bode well.
So let me get this right.
Yeah.
Timothy Loveheart.
Yeah, it's a bit
I'm scared. I don't think so.
just very concerned.
Gravity. Vernon rolled away. Come on. Let's have a little
That's an idea for a story, isn't it? Gravity is alive.
Oh wow, how would you even... Yeah, how would you even do that? It's like,
At least we know Lord Marchwood was real.
I'll think about it later.
No wonder Luke wanted to stay at home. I could get bored of jumping at my own shadow pretty fast.
I didn't see any bell tower. But because there isn't one.
It's the bell inside of the mansion. What?
I wonder if they've used this house before in anything. So many country houses and estates in Doctor Who, Sarah Jane. That...
I don't care.
Well, I thought the corridor kind of looked like Tooth and Claw.
Yeah, they
At
may
one
have used the interior as well, yeah.
Meanwhile... Oh no. Ah. Never mind. Well, it's probably not been... There you go. Oh, well, perfect.
You can take a boat out on the fountain.
Come on. Oh. They're bringing out all the horror things
Yeah,
in this one.
all of the tropes.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. Yep. No. The crying mirror. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Video cameras? Oh, nothing. All kinds of fine.
Just a bit of interference. Oh, literally.
I closed that book. I know it.
It begs to differ.
That's better, Professor.
Oh, yeah, that's where it wasn't working, yeah.
Do you reckon that's one of the cameras they actually used to film this?
Wait. Sorry, you asking me, or...
Yeah. Do you think that's the camera they used to film the Sarah Jane adventures?
Oh!
They just put it in the show.
Refused to believe
Maybe.
that book was a...
I think a few things have happened.
You alright?
That definitely happened.
Have the lavender.
I'm surprised that it's not a found footage one.
Oh.
Just move on. Nothing to see there.
It's like your EMF meter only more useful.
And they have to have the music. too.
No, you must have knocked it.
I didn't, and I know I didn't.
We used to have that chair that would rock.
Yeah,
I
it's
think I...
Electromagnetic
Oh, you've still got
it's
it.
behind there.
Oh, yeah. Not as unsettling as all this, though.
No.
Oh, and that too, yep. And just on top of everything else, we got... Yep. And then it just all stops. It's like,
That's more like it. Aliens I can handle.
We have to track down the source of whatever's happening here. We have to stop it.
And the level through the house.
Yes, have a look around, but be careful.
At least stay in twos.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was Erasmus Darkening in the study with the magic wand.
Around here.
Oh.
I'd be surprised if
Okay.
nobody was.
The lies in the secret passage.
Did you say secret passage?
Excellent.
As in whoever wrote that. It's a list of the secret passages.
Oh, multiple.
Oh.
Whoa.
When me and Luke were being held prisoner by those nutty Gorgon nuts.
Ah, yes. Well, imagine all you had to do is just kick the wall.
It's pretty dark down there.
Yes, and it's darkening.
Especially if you know someone with Sarah Jane Smith.
You almost looked happy. He's given up being menacing.
Are you sure you can believe in ghosts?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
This is just
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just a TV.
This place.
There you go.
What was I saying again?
It's very ahead of its time.
Welcome to my dominion.
Oh! Yeah, another one that gets you off guard.
Another ending, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, another ending. Yeah.
And another bit of a pastiche, this time on haunted houses.
Yes, it really
horror.
is it's a classic haunted house story,
Yeah.
this one. It has everything that you could think of with regards to it. But yeah, it also is kind of a bit of a more fun kind of pastiche in a way. But
Yes.
I just see it as more of just a kind of, a more lighthearted take on it rather than kind of a.
But I think that's, watching it this time, I think that's kind of a thing, this series, isn't it? We had the procedural
Yes.
police drama, we had the soapy wedding style story. Not quite sure what the Mad Woman in the Attic one would have been. But this one certainly again fits into that kind of, we're taking a genre and
Yeah.
pastiching it Sarah Jane style.
What was that second episode?
Mad Woman in the Attic.
Mad Woman in the Attic. Well, that's kind of, that's set in an abandoned theme park, and there's a mystery around it. So maybe that's like
like a Scooby Doo kind of esque.
maybe or
Yeah.
some kind of well, this as well is like a folk tale or something. The mysterious place.
But this is a more genre piece.
Yes.
Than, I don't know. What Mad Woman in the Attic is not a stereotype, isn't it? Is it? There isn't a genre.
Not exactly in the same way as
There
this.
isn't a haunted fairground genre. There's a haunted house genre. There's
No,
a
but,
police drama genre. There's a soap genre.
It's an idea. Yeah, it's more of an idea.
I know,
rather
but that's
than-
of the four stories. I'm just saying that's the one that doesn't fit the theme as much.
Not as much. It's not as obvious. Yeah, and there's an interesting discussion on what ghosts are.
Yeah,
Like-
science versus the paranormal.
Yeah, and why people are fascinated with it.
Yeah. So a couple of things, a couple of interesting things. They mentioned this kind of idea that ghosts are that one of the theories of what ghosts are recordings built into the stone that have been played back.
Oh yeah.
So that idea is actually based on I think it's a horror film written by. It's a film called The Stone Tapes, which was written by the same guy who wrote Quatermass.
Oh okay.
What's he called?
Nigel
Neal. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, it's Nigel. So that I think
Right.
is a sort of a reference to that film and Nigel Neal. Also, the guy playing Erasmus Darkening, whose name I'm having to look up because I cannot remember his name.
Okay.
He was in The Sea Devils as
Oh.
a submarine captain.
Oh. Okay.
Donald Sumter.
Right.
Yeah, so he again another old Doctor Who actor.
Sure, I like it.
Appearing in Sarah Jane.
Yeah. Yeah. He didn't really seem that familiar to me, so I
Well,
wouldn't have.
you wouldn't. It's
No.
been 40 years.
Yes, I've been alive for 40 years.
No, but he's aged 40 years since he was last in
Oh,
here.
okay.
And also, when did we watch The Sea Devils? Probably 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would not expect you to recognise Donald Sumter. But
Okay.
it's cool.
Alright, yeah, now I want to spot some clips. I was thinking that when we started this.
Schoolgirl investigator across
There
the
you go,
road.
that one.
Yeah? Yeah.
Universe of adventure.
That one.
That too, yes, yes.
a couple
The-
more.
Yeah, there
We've got
might
most of it
even
now,
be.
though.
There might be some stuff we've not seen yet.
Yeah.
There's that sound effect, like the eternity trap. Ooh.
Believe this place.
That's why it's an eternity trap. You will never leave it.
Mr.
Child, there's no such thing as ghosts.
Oh, there you go.
This is worse than the Sixth Sense.
Just keep running.
Yeah, that'll work.
This way.
Oh.
Quickly.
I'm listening.
Now that's one way to communicate. Oh, whoa.
Oh, great song. It's one of my favourites.
That'd be cool if they actually recorded her saying that and played it. Huh?
Sarah Jane.
Cliff, you should see this.
Oh, wow.
Poor souls.
Throughout time as well.
You saying you're not human?
You're an alien.
It's always a giveaway when they say you humans didn't do this.
Trying to scare us.
We don't scare that easily.
Listen to me, darling. I have
Don't
fought
say
the worst
that.
things in the darkest
Because
corners of the universe.
then
You don't stand a ghost of a chance.
Hey, Darkling! Where are you hiding? We've come to bust you.
Put your hands in the air. You are surrounded.
Ghost of Proton.
oh, perfect. Just have a game. Take your mind off
Rasmus
everything.
Darkening in the billiards room with the magic wand. Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something tells me you're not alone.
Oh. The knights have to move too.
Where's Snooker, alright?
Oh, they put it in red.
We have to get out of
Oh, I don't think I've been paying attention to that. Oh. It's okay, Marchand will be there.
Could just be a fox.
Or whatever Sarah Jane said was out here.
Very growly fox.
Like it before, I think it's some sort of trans-dimensional accelerator.
And whatever light's made of, I'm stupid.
And LEDs. It's a trans-dimensional accelerator with some LEDs.
Yeah. Ah, yeah. It all comes back to the shed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen trans-dimensional accelerators before. Travelled in some of these for years.
You did what?
Oh, there are so many things out there more exciting than ghost hunting, Toby. Peter Hans and I. Oh no, in the grounds.
What was that?
On second thought.
There's something up there.
Oh, that's it. We're getting out.
Just when I thought they couldn't bring in any more things to creep you out.
Well, at least it's polite.
What?
What's going on?
Oh. Oh, I see. Told you.
So much short.
Lord Marchwood has to get Dartman to step into the electromagnetic field.
You took innocent people and dispatched
Can they
their
hear what
living
they're
souls
saying?
to the netherworld.
Didn't sound like it.
No.
So they're not learning the history.
No.
I end this curse. Meet me, dark.
Cannot harm me, Master.
He may not be able to, but those things can.
Just this once act like one. Did you think I would be so easily vanquished, Miss Smith?
Oh. Oh, right. Oh, and it starts again. Or loops back around.
Do you have any idea how much this equipment is worth?
No, Professor, I'm sorry.
We have
Yeah,
this
it's
report
fine.
the most amazing was alien. I give up. I give up. But it certainly was interesting. I look forward to next time. Me too.
It's just like the beginning. Like,
I just want to
nothing
thank you,
happened.
Smith. What for? No such thing as ghosts, then, Sergeant.
Except?
No such thing as ghosts.
There we go. The Eternity Trap.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, I'd already forgotten until you said it.
So yeah,
Yes. Oh, wow.
to both neutral sevens.
Yes. Yes, we are exactly the same on this one.
Well, turns out not talking to each other and doing this completely independently makes zero difference. Okay.
We've only done this twice at this point, so yeah, I liked this one definitely. It's it does have a lot of, you know, typical horror haunted mansion type things in it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it makes you think. It made me think about anyway why it is these, you know, what is so fascinating about like ghost stories. You know, that idea of looking into the past. It's a way of looking into the past and seeing people's, like, you know, different stories and all that. But, you know, the whole story of Marchwood, you know, and everything that's revealed at the end as well, not just that he, like, lost his kids, but also, you know, the fact that the Marchwood and Darkening had that kind of, you know, that fight as well.
Yeah,
you know,
and that
it's
Marchwood
very-
kind of caused this inadvertently.
Yeah, so and him in his ghost form, again, it's not exactly ghost, and that's another thing. Yeah, the fact that he's essentially trying to make things right.
Yeah.
You know, that I think made this one more interesting to me.
Yeah,
And
that's it. That's
yeah.
it, isn't it? It's a Sarah Jane take on the haunted house story, and they've thrown in every single haunted house cliche they could find. It's a brilliant prestige. It looks sort of tearing that genre apart, putting it back together again. With Sarah Jane Adventures as the glue.
That is definitely an interesting way to describe it. But yeah, I mean, all of that stuff, all of the Haunted Mansion stuff is entertaining. You know, it's definitely,
absolutely.
and it's done well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I liked watching that. But
Like you're watching it and you're going, of course, that's another horror show. Yeah. But at the same time, it is making you jump, and it
does creep you out at times.
it's a good level of scariness, I think, for this show. That it's not, you know, it's gonna scare you a little bit, but not too much.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously, I don't know, like, how scary this would have been to, like, you know, kids, but, like, yeah, but I can imagine some things in this, you know, especially when Rivers is first attacked by Darkening, you know, that, you know, the static as well on the screen, you know, that. You know, that was particularly like, oh, wow. You know, so yeah.
It's a nice palate cleanser, I think. It's not too complicated. There's no huge character development. The tiny bit of character development with Toby and him learning about science.
Yeah, he kind of represents that in a way. The viewer's perspective? I don't know.
I don't
like,
think
kind
so.
of,
Not necessarily. It's the point of view of someone who believes in the paranormal. I think it's slightly odd, actually, thinking about it, that his character development is learn to accept that there may be things you don't understand and that they can all be described by science. I think it's a bit confused that then why couldn't this be reversed back on Sarah Jane. You know, why couldn't it be paranormal? If she's saying you should accept these things and be willing to open your mind to the wonders of the universe, why can't she apply that to herself? Then accepting that it might actually be paranormal. Of course it's not. It's not that kind of show. It's Sarah Jane, it's sci-fi, you have to have a scientific explanation. But it's an interesting bit of advice that she doesn't take herself.
No, yeah, it is kind of saying that everything has a
Scientific explanation.
yeah, everything has a scientific.
But what she says to him at the end, there are universes, so many wonders. And
Right.
Why couldn't it
So
then be
that's-
paranormal?
Maybe paranormal is just another way of seeing things that we just can't explain.
But that's what he was saying. I'm agree that that's not.
Right.
You're right. Exactly. That's bang on. Why couldn't that then be real? It's of course it's not going to go that direction. It's not that kind of show. But it's just a bit hypocritical of maybe the story and Sarah Jane at this point. I just thought it was interesting that she's not really taking her own advice there. She's very closed off to what he's trying to say, but at the same time trying to open his mind up.
But
to
yeah, that is a bit of a quirk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad point actually. I didn't really think much of that ending bit, but I guess well, at least Toby's got a bit more direction in life now, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like it's like I guess because his interest in those kinds of things, he was never from what he was saying about when he was younger, he wasn't really given as many opportunities to explore those things, but now he's
Doesn't sound
been
like
given
it.
some
I
kind
think
of
his dad would have given him all the opportunities. It sounded like he wanted to go into this paranormal route because of that experience that he had.
Oh, wait. Yeah, but maybe it's because he said stuff they said it was only a dream or something.
Yeah.
That's
His
where
dad
I was
didn't
getting it
believe
from.
him. His dad didn't
Yes,
treat
and
him
he
very
and
well.
Toby wanted to
Prove him wrong.
yeah, prove it, and that what he was doing was valid,
Yeah,
that
and
he-
that's another thing that I kind of have a problem with here is that he's not proved wrong. He's like, oh, I was wrong. Maybe it was a dream all along. What was it? The character development does nothing for him here. It just says, yeah, you're wrong. You imagined it, my guy. Now go off back to your dad and say sorry.
What? I don't know.
I don't think
Or
that
maybe-
character was handled particularly well, unfortunately. The acting was fine, just the way that the character development was in the script sort of dealt with his theme and his development, I don't think was very good.
Maybe it was just saying that yeah, you were right and keep doing the thing.
But it wasn't keep doing the thing, it was change your entire understanding of the universe because you were wrong.
Now, yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know about that. I'd have to.
I think he was more open-minded beforehand and is now more close-minded.
Oh, so you
because of-
think he would be saying things like, "Oh, that's just this scientific phenomenon,"
like what Sarah Jane is doing, yes.
right. That is kind of weird, actually. Yeah, worth bringing up. But I still enjoyed this.
Oh yeah,
episode.
absolutely.
And there
It's such
were
a minor
good things
thing.
about
It's such
it.
a minor point, but it was a weird thing I thought I'd mention.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of the many kind of aspects of the story. So it's, and it's not, it is only focused on a little bit.
Yeah.
There's only a kind of few moments here and there.
Yeah, like I
So-
said, it's mostly uncomplicated, very straightforward, event-driven. I'll say, not much character development at all. I love that we're at that place though, that we're so comfortable with Sarah Jane, Clyde, and Ronnie.
Exactly.
No Luke.
No. Yeah, he had a day off.
We're so comfortable with those characters that
We just trust them to go on whatever adventure.
that they have such strong individual personalities as well that they can still come through here, even with no character development.
Yeah.
Which is really, really interesting.
That's
I really
the
like
sign of a good show.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah. I think
I
that is
think
it.
we're done. Yeah.
Yeah.
2 more stories for this series. We'll see you
Indeed.
for the next one.
Indeed.
Outro.
Outro.